Hey there, lads and lasses. This here is Thunderhand 64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States here on a Wednesday. It is a little bit past noontime, and that can only mean that it's time for some generations. And we should be in the Survival 5 world today, the Generation 5 survival world. So without further ado, let us log right on and let's get us into that. See what we can get done in there today. Welcome to Hump Day. Hope you're all doing well. Things are going pretty well here. It's cool. A couple of the series that I'm watching have started up again with their subsequent seasons, so that's good. I have something to watch, which is rare for me. I don't really get to watch too much TV, so when one of my shows is on, it's like, yes, thank God I have something I can watch. Let's see, display scene, we're good here. Let's get over to here. Also, a bit of announcement I made on my... What has happened? This is not the right map. All right. That's a little weird. Let me go back to the cam scene, and then I'll switch out. Buffooncraft, we're going to start soon our mini-series of Buffoon Skies 2. That's going to be super, super cool. So stand by for more announcements for that. Keep an eye on the Discord for both the Buffooncraft and our Generations Discord, and so you can keep up to date on that. We're still in the planning stages right now, but we're going to start streaming that pretty soon. I probably will not stream that. I'm probably going to record that. And again, I recorded Buffoon Skies 1, but I didn't feel like I had very good footage there. There were some technical problems with that and stuff, and so I didn't wind up posting any of the video I recorded from that. But for Buffoon Skies 2, I think I have my stuff together. And so I'll be making recordings of that. And hopefully I'll have some good footage that I can post for that. The reason why I want to record it and not stream it is I want to interact with the other buffoons, and I want the other buffoons to be able to relax and use whatever kind of language they want. And since it's a recording, I'm already resigned to the fact that I'm going to have to edit it, so I don't mind editing it. So, all right. So what happened? I need to get my crap together. And let me see. We need to go into here. To shock by control panel and get the right map going in there. Yeah, I don't know what happened with my... I did change the map over before I started the stream. So, shutting down server. This is on the other display. I know you can't see it, but just stand by. We'll have this figured out pretty soon. Okay. This is weird. That is very, very weird. Okay, we should be there. It should be saved. All right, good. Restart the server. And then we'll see what happens this time. All right, I'm gonna go over to here. I'm gonna load this up. Okay, that's better. Let's switch over to the display. Hey, I kind of looks like I know what I'm doing here. Okay. All right, so yeah, we were I was really digging the progress on this. I liked the exterior facade here. I thought that this was really cool. Now we have this on both sides. I do want a better central feature for this, and I haven't really figured out how to do that yet. I was thinking invisible item frames, and I do not have the data pack installed for that yet. But that's one of the other announcements I'm going to make. So I need to update this world to 1.21.11. By next stream, I'll have that done. But I was thinking of this, right? And so we would put the emerald blocks inside the item frame and then click on this and make this invisible. So we'd have the small emerald blocks and then the polished tough blocks behind them. I might swap that out for a more decorative block. So we'll see what happens there. Like I might use the calcite behind that. I might use diorite, the polished diorite behind that. I don't know. Just something to frame it out. And then also we made these little docking bays in here for our happy guest. For Gastonio. No, not Gastonio, Gaston. I don't have a Gastonio yet for Generations. I probably will. I'll probably set that up. Here we go. Like this. Then we can just jump off like this and go like that. And we're done. And then see, he's parked. Now, I don't know if I should. Now, these will be the living quarters for our friends down below, and I have friends in quotes, but they're our friends. Come on. Our villagers down here. They'll be moved up into here, and these are the living quarters. Now, there's a lot of glass, so not a lot of privacy. So what I was thinking just initially, just now, I was thinking, should I have... so something like this, right? I mean, it's almost it's too funny not to do, right? But at the same time, I need them to have some sort of quarters in here in which they can sleep, right? But that's, dang, that is too funny not to do. I have to say. I'll tell you what, let's just go with it for now. Something like this. There's Dora. Hiya. How you doing? You all can see the auto shout out up there for Dora Spore, our fellow buffoon. Please go check her out the next time she streams. She's just completed one of the, or the first shop in the Buffooncraft Season 6 shopping district. And it looks spectacular, of course. All right, so Happy Gas parking, and then, of course, we have the peeping gas window area here where they could look in. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I would really like to do something here. But, you know, these are supposed to be living quarters for the villagers here, so... You know, we do have enough room. Oh, thanks. You're most welcome. And well-deserved. Well-deserved. You know, one of the things I like about this is the large open area. but it doesn't really, it's not really good for living quarters, is it? So, yeah, and this needs to be the villagers' condo in the sky. This is what this is going to be. And so we can take our friends from down there, and at last, after all these years, and I literally mean years, and not Minecraft years either, we can move them up to here. That'll be cool. But this doesn't really look like living quarters. It really doesn't. We could do like split level living quarters. We could do that. But this kind of bothers me in that, I mean, I love the comedy of this, and I love how it adds more features, but at the same time, it just doesn't make sense because, you know, the living quarters are going to be like four of them, san, su, like this. And, you know, I mean, who's going to be able to sleep at night with that staring at you? I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little bit too much with the realism. Every move you make, every breath you take, I will be watching you. Yeah, that's I don't know. Maybe that's a little too creepy. Now, one of the next things I have to do is I've just blocked in the roof here, but I haven't like used any slabs or stair features in here because um, I didn't want to distract myself with all that niggly wiggly little block placing um, for that. But at the same time, I do have to admit, you know, it's I could smooth out a lot of these curves and a lot of, especially the dome up top. I mean, the dome up top's not too bad. I mean, I have that kind of dumb looking feature there. I just put some dirt blocks up there just to remind myself, yeah, I need to do something about that. Also, inside this part, this structure here, I need to make some sort of light, like chandelier or something in there. But I don't feel like I'm really ready to do that yet. So, what I'm thinking of doing today is maybe working on this feature here for the Bubble Vader, and maybe these walls, and maybe some of the interior. Yeah, this isn't so bad. I think this will do. Do I have any diorite steps? No. I do have these oxidizing out in the sun down here, though. And I have to be certain that some of these are not waxed. like, targeting block. Please, hands. There we go. Let's do that. You just stay right there for now. Let's see. Targeted block, targeted block. cut copper stairs. Good. They're not waxed. Good. These ones are, and these ones are. So we can pull these ones up. That's good. And some of them are not fully oxidized. That's fine. Oh, Dora, by the way, I heard that you were saying on the Buffooncraft server, or in Lux's stream anyway, that your copper lanterns have finally oxidized. Yeah, in order to make that go as fast as possible, any copper features that you need to oxidize, they need to be a minimum of 4 blocks apart from each other. So they need to be 4 or more blocks away from each other, and then they'll oxidize faster. I believe I have that right. So, like those lantern features that I used, the copper lanterns that I used in the Christmas area tunnel, I just went to the roof of the Nether because it's flat and open up there, and just picked a spot, and I just set them up on a grid, 4x4 grid. And then just AFK'd, and they oxidize very, very fast like that. So all right, so we can pull those up. I need some diorite steps. That's what I need. So let's come here, buddy. Come on. Please. If don't make me get the snowball out. Now, come on. There. All right. They're like hanging down on chains, so quite close together. Yeah, it will take them quite some time to oxidize. So because I initially made that mistake. I had actually gone and installed all of those copper lanterns all the way down that tunnel on both sides. And then I came back a couple of days later, and I'm like, they're still not oxidized. And the oh, that's right. That's right. From what I've seen, they are all green-blue now, I think. Okay. All right, let's get into here. I'll do a little something like that. All right. This is too funny not to do. I have to work something out for that. All right, so I need some polished diorite stairs. And I think I have some right here. I'm gonna need some more though. So I need polished diorite, yes. Polished diorite stairs. Don't mind if I do. Like that, okay. And I'm thinking right away the easiest thing to do would be that. And as far as the sea lantern features on here, I don't know. Maybe something like that. And then see how we did the non-polished diorite in the corners like that. So let's do that. That's these kinds of stairs. Whew, that's risky. Come on. Just do the... Oh, please. Please. Just try to cooperate. Just... All right, there we go. All right, maybe something like that, and then we have to come up with something to do over these. But let's keep with the symmetry because it makes me feel like I'm actually getting something done. I'm accomplishing things. So, Dora, are you excited for Buffoon Skies? I'm sure that you are. Bit of a rhetorical question, but... All right, we need to figure out something to do above that, if I'm just going to use a stair piece on that or not. Oh my god, I am, you can't believe. It's going to be really cool. I think you're really going to enjoy that a lot. You know, I'm thinking of just a stair piece there. I'm thinking just a stair piece there. What if I just went just like whop, just like that, and just I think that's good enough, right? Just keep it simple. Yeah, and that's I mean, it's we do have kind of all one color there, but I don't think it's that bad. And then we can have some sort of block around here, of which I haven't figured out what that's going to be yet, but we will. I think it's going to be fun working with Lux. Oh, yeah. Huck. He went and scooped up Lux right away. Good move. I'm lucky I'm paired up with Nova this time around. But really, I mean, I can pretty much build with any of you buffoons and I'd be fine. I think Nova and myself are going to be something a bit of a dream team kind of deal. It's going to be fun, but and you know, I actually don't get to build with him too often, so that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Stole him right up. You know, there's a couple of you of which I haven't built with before, like yourself, for example. Some of the newer buffoons. I haven't built with OPG yet, really, and I know Skip's health isn't really that strong right now, but it would have been fun to have teamed up with you guys as well. Of course, the other buffoons are just givens, right? I mean, but I've built with all of them before, so. All right, now this is kind of dangerous. What I want is some sort of transitional block between the jungle wood and the diorite. Now here, for this shaft here, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. Let me see, do I have wings? No, see, I'm working on both Buffooncraft and Generations. And Generations actually has two different maps, right? We have our Gen 5 survival world here, and we have Baby Zombie Rush. So I have to constantly think to myself, before I go jumping down into a hole or something, do I have Elytra in this map or not? Yes, I do. So I'm safe. So this shaft down here leads down into the depot. And so I'm thinking of making item transporters up here or whatnot for this side, for this shaft. So I'm not really sure 100% like what the features of this are going to be. This one here, though, is the bubble vader. This one's very straightforward. Right, so this one is a given. What we could do here, which would be a really cool thing, would be to do stair blocks. In fact, you know what might be cool? Is to do Junglewood stair blocks on this side and then the diorite stair blocks here. Or just make a completely different block palette. Let's try that first. Let's try the obvious one first. Let's do this. All right, and let's check to make certain we don't already have some. Yeah, see, jungle stairs. We already have them. All right. The other thing about building with buffoons on Buffoon Skies is this will not be our last Buffoon Skies. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, yeah, so I'm thinking like this, stairs around here, and then more of the diorite stairs right there. And we'll mix them so they correspond, right? So we're gonna need. Okay, and I gotta calm the heck down with the camera panning. Cut down on the motion sickness. Let me see. Stairs are a multiple of 6, right? Oh, but we can do one for one in the cutter, so it doesn't matter. All right, let's do that. And you know what's cool is the stairs bridge like that, even though they're different palettes. I like that. Excuse me. Great. And see, if I do that, see how it'll just automatically conform to the corner. And that'll be like that. And I'm thinking just something like that, right? Now, since that's a top slab, we might want some sort of feature in there just to prevent spawns. And we might want to do that all the way around. But see, this is simple, right? And it's simple, obvious. Also, since I have these here, I might not need these. Yeah, I'm good. All right. Same down here. Buddy. They'll switch their orientation once we put these in, like this. There we go. And then they'll conform to the corner pieces. Access these from across that way. And of course, these across this way. And just do that. Like that. And again, I might change this depending on... Yikes. I know I have wings, but still, it's like... yeah, I might change this depending on what I wind up doing with this shaft. But let's just do this for now. So it looks like we've accomplished something. That's always a good thing. Now we have to put in some Nova dangly bits here at some point. I'm getting the basic shapes down, but I do have 2 concerns, or they're not really concerns, but features I want to add. Lighting is one of them. Some more lighting features. We have those in the floor, but you know, more lighting features. Those are cool. And dangly bits, especially organics. You know, plants and leaf blocks and things like that. So you know the design is not so severe. Pretty, please. Please. Typical cat, always underfoot. All right, so that was an easy fix. Already that has improved the look of everything like 100%. And it's simple to do too. So that's Putty. What are you doing to Gaston? Do I want to know? Look, did you see that? Boing. Right out of that. Ah, God. Cats, am I right, people? Okay, so we do have a couple of features that we need to put in here now. We can work, I guess we can work on these walls. Right now, I don't have a reason really to be keeping these solid, especially the middle part. The middle part, I feel like we can knock in some windows. We can do that. Having continuing this decorative feature here around to the other side would be kind of cool. But we should also like try to lay out the shape of the rooms, maybe. So just right away, I'm thinking of something like this. Also, this doesn't have to be quite this big. We could do something like that too, and make it a little more square. But I don't know. I think I like the aesthetics of the rectangle because we have a 2-to-4 ratio there. It's not that bad. I mean, that looks a little bit better, but it's harder to build. So okay. There's Lux. Thank you for the raid, young man. With Nova. Hey, welcome on in, Raiders and fellow buffoons. How was the rest of your stream, sir? I was there for the beginning of it before I had to leave for this. You all can see the auto shout out there for fellow buffoons. Supernova Relic and Lux J Gaming and the rest of the buffoons that have come on in with you. It was very good. Short but good. That's what she said. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm thinking the obvious would be to do something on center, kind of like that. Right? And then I'm not certain about carrying this up 2 levels. Like so. And of course, I'm just sketching it in with the dirt, right? But I'm trying to see how this is going to affect the space. Hate to raid and run, but I need to go see Jim. Okay. Hope you have an amazing stream. Yes, please do whatever you need to do there, Lux. And thank you so much for the raid. All right. So what I'm thinking here is, in short, this is a solid wall, but you know, we can put like windows with curtains and different features to kind of make it a little bit more interesting. But the other thing I'm thinking is making it split level. Because again, you know, I'm trying to figure out a way where I can sort of keep this happy accident here. No, no pun intended. I mean, I really want to keep that. Happy accident. Fuck. Thunder, really. So I'm thinking we keep this window feature in here like this. But it is a little creepy, right? Considering these are the sleeping areas of the villagers, right? But again, you know, you could put the sleeping area here with like partitions here. Just standing blinds like, right? And then, yeah, you could do that sort of thing. Like you could fit a bed here and a bed here with some standing blind areas like right around there. And then just put some other features up here, right? But I'm thinking, you know, I don't know. If I continue this all the way to the top, I think it's just going to ruin the aesthetic of the space. And again, you know, I'm just sketching it in with the dirt right now. I'm just getting shapes and different kinds of proportions, you know, just to see what this is going to do. Did it? Thunder, really, please. Just carry enough items to do the job. Gee, I wonder why it builds so slow. It might have something to do with it. So we got to see how this, and you know, just because it's Minecraft and it's survival, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we need to do that. All right. Now, like maybe here, would be the staircase to the next level, right? Maybe? Or maybe along the side, like here. Or, which is probably the best, this side like right there. This is probably the way to go. Of course, you know, it does take away this wall feature here that we could have used for, you know, to put appliances and all kinds of, you know, fun stuff in there. That does take that away. One of the other things I want to sketch in too is to put the next one across the way here. And again, you know, we can also put in some features up above, right? So they won't be just, you know, like I said, really severe wall features, right? And let me see, how am I doing for time right now? Okay, I'm good. I've got like 14 minutes before the ad break. So, doing well, doing well. So, we can do this. And then we'll go from the top down here. And then we'll fill in. And I just want to see how it's going to affect the space. Because we have a really cool space here. But we have sort of like conflicting parameters. Because we have this beautiful, big, open, luxurious space that's like an airplane hangar, which is really cool. But it's all... Oh, please. It's also the living quarters of these villagers. So it's like huge and opening and open, but has zero intimacy or privacy. So it's like the effect is... Yeah, so you would come in here, but... Yeah, it's just... But then you would have this. And again, you know, we could have like a window feature in here would open this up. Features in these walls would open things up. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do there. Welcome to Chili's, may I take your order? Yeah, it's like you have your restaurant counter window up here. I got you, Dora. You know, one thing to, especially if you have like continuous vertical features on these walls, it'll also add to the idea of the height. But on the other hand, you know, I don't know. I don't know quite what I want to do here. Let's put one more in, and let's see what it's going to do across in this kind of axis. Hey, wait a minute. Do I have that centered correctly? I think I do. No, I don't. This should be here. Okay, that's better. Thunder, please. Yeah, and then we'll have to move our junk pile. Yeah, like that. Oh, we're not quite up high enough there. Need about one more level. Let's see, let's do that, let's do that. Okay, we've got this going in here. And then we can see the magnitude at which I'm going to destroy a beautiful open space. Right. Now, mind you, there shouldn't be a lot of traffic through this part of the build. This is really just going to be the villagers. This is going to be my villager breeder, really, up here. And it's going to be the villager breeder, mainly for the trade hall. And so what building is this? Okay, so this is my Chamber of Commerce. So this is a trade hall. One of the other things I was thinking of doing, and I'll give you a quick sweep around. Oh, that's good. I was thinking, yeah, if I also do this and put the apartment doors there, that gives me a lot of wall space on which I can build. Yeah, we could do that. So you see where that helps out a lot now, right? Like this and like this. Here's a central area. If as long as I have windows and all kinds of features here, this might be okay. There's Tone. Welcome on in, Tone. You all can see the auto shout out up there for Waylander Tone. What were you streaming last? Little Guardsman, huh? Haven't heard of that. Of course, that's not surprising. I don't play any other games other than Minecraft, so I always explore new games vicariously through the lot of you. So let me see. Actually, what I need to do is I need to open that, jump on. Right. So Dora, this is my trade hall in Mushroom Island Central. And so each level, the farmers are down there, the clerics are here, and then I have 2 levels of librarians. The main librarian level is right here, and then I have a secondary level here with some other trades, but also I have some other trades in here as well on this secondary floor. And then for the longest time, I've just been having my spare villagers down here in these miserable cobblestone boxes down here, enclosures. And so I've decided, you know what? They need a place to live. They really do. So I'm going to put them up here. And then if they should meet their untimely demise in some kind of way, I have the spare villagers here. I can just transport them down and replace them with what I have up here. So that's the idea. My original idea behind this was to have a level for each trade. So I would then have the masons, the armor smiths, the fletchers, the fishermen, all the way up. I was going to have 14 levels. But the lag, the lag. And I got to thinking, you know what? I got to thinking 2 things. Number one, the lag. But the lag's not too bad because I'm the only player on the server really nowadays. So that's not too bad. But the other thing is, I got the notion to decentralize. And since I'm in an archipelago here in this inland sea, and I have all of these little islands around, I figured, you know what? Let's decentralize a little bit, and let's have some different features scattered around on the island. So as I'm working and building here and stuff, I can throughout the stream, and if I make any videos for this place or whatnot, it gets me around the map a little bit because it's a very beautiful map. It's a really beautiful seed. Right, and so it goes to show you it has the very old villager technology here, the old trading technology. All right, and so here's the upper level, the jack of all trades level. And down here we have our main librarian level. I built this so long ago. And you can see those are my consumer protection agents back there. And then down here is the cleric level, right? And then this is the farmer level and the street level, right? And then this continues on down to the depot, right down below where all the storage and all that stuff is. He's having himself a conniption. Right, and then like I said, the idea was to decentralize. I was going to put everything like right in here with all the farms, everything right in here. But then I got to the notion of, you know what? We have this beautiful inland sea here dotted with all of these little islands. And so I got the notion to start branching out and putting some of the farms on each one of these little islets out here. Like I put my honey farm, the bee farm, out here. So this is my apiary isle out here. And I really love the way this build came out. This is one of my favorite builds. And so that way, I'm still close to the Mushroom Island Central, but you know, it forces me to move out to different areas of the map. So it's not really convenient. It's not too far away where I'm always running back and forth. And here's our Guardian farm. Right. This also came out really cool. Just got to keep the particles low when you're over here. Then down here is the wool farm, and so the idea is to scatter these around the different farms and to scatter them around this inland sea here. Looks good. Thank you. Thank you. All right, and so you can see we have these tiny little islands that are dotted all over the place here. Let's go replenish the rockets. Oh, I actually can't. Wow. But here, where am I? To where did I just teleport? So back there, you can see just up over the hill is the iron farm. But the iron farm, I'm actually going to move that back. Here's Kachi's shop in our little shopping district. He built that when he was a little dude. So nice. Here, of course, is the hotel. Yeah, it was fun when I had my older son on here too, and so for the longest time, the three of us were building on here. It was a lot of fun. Let's see. Wow, I'm gonna have to replenish my rocket soon. Running low. But eventually I'm going to, move this iron farm right over to this island here. And then I'm going to set up the iron trade over here. So instead of having the armor smiths, the weaponsmiths, and the toolsmiths in the trade hall, I'm going to move those guys over to here. So I'll make a separate iron trade hall right here on this island. And that'll be a more modern one with my trident chucking drown and all of that stuff. So yeah, we have all these little islets around here that we can use. So I've started to distribute things around the map a little bit more. But see, that's what I like doing. That's what I wanted to have this design for. Just so I can come swooping on into this level like this. That was the whole idea behind this design. So the idea was this was supposed to be our shopping district kind of place here. And Kachi and I, our personal bases are built out there on Mushroom Island West. So if that is indeed west, I think it is. It should be. Yeah, of course. Of course it is. I am the male of the species. I have a good sense of direction. All right. Yeah. Okay. So we're at the point now where we can take our break. Yeah. You know what? I think this isn't so bad with the door features like this on either side. It's just that we have to be very decorative with the walls here. And I think we'll be good. I think we'll be okay. All right. We're going to pause for 3 minutes of ads, and then we will be right back. Hey there, and welcome back. All right, let's get some stuff done here. Hey, dude. um, I'm liking this. Since I've got this entire wall now, I like the idea of this being open all the way up to the top. It's not quite as cozy looking, but I don't know. We have this. Oh, we could move this up by one more block, too. Probably feel a little less claustrophobic if I did that. But that would... Let me move the mic back here so I'm not distorting. There we go. All right, and I'm thinking I'm bringing the floor to like this level. And then you could have an upper level there. That kind of thing. And you know what? You know what? If you do this right, why do I have less blocks than I started with? What? If you do this right, you can have like a little balcony or something here where it's open, where even though they go up the stairs and they have their privacy for their sleeping quarters, you could have like a little balcony so they could all come out onto the balcony here, you know, and bother each other and do whatever they do. So yeah, you could do something like that. Now here I'm thinking, should I do something like that? Because, yeah, okay, and that seems like it's obvious, right? That seems obvious. And again, you know, we're sketching this stuff in with dirt just to try to get shapes and stuff and to see how things are going to go. I'm quite certain one of the very first things we can do is put in the glass window features right in there. And it'll be the same kind of glass as over there. See, this is beautiful. You can look out here and see the sun setting and stuff. So cool. I really love this build. This is one of my favorite things. That thing's gonna be filled with mobs in no time. Actually, this should go right here. So let's light this up here because so I'm thinking, let's just do something like that. Is that good enough to? Yeah, it should be okay. Well, let's actually put it right there. Try to centralize it a little bit. Yeah, and so I'm thinking. Some sort of like mezzanine. There's no D in mezzanine. Feature like this. And, you know, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this yet, but I should probably have it going up that way. All right? Something like this. I'll just do the sleeping thing and we'll get that done. And now since we have the window framed like this, maybe we can just do something like that for the staircase. Right? I'm thinking something like this. The sleeping area there with a rail and stuff like that. And then you would have this open mezzanine area here, right? And you'd have maybe some sort of, like I said, some blinds here or something around the bed area. And up against that wall. And then, you know, you can come out here, you can have a look around. They can, yeah. I think that would be cool. That'd be a cool feature. You can come on down to here. Hey, dude. You know what? I wonder if I could just like, yeah. Nice. This is a little tough looking though, right here. But I'm thinking as each one of it has something like this, I think this is going to be pretty cool. See, already just having a feature there really helps. And then, you know, as reluctant as I am to knock any holes in the side of this, because I want to put some features in here, right? But I really like the idea of that. I think that's going to do it. Yeah, so the key thing was putting the door in on these sides of the walls and stuff. That was a good move. So let's just sketch in this stuff. And then we can get an idea of the effects of some of these kinds of things. In fact, this staircase might have to move over one, considering how stairs function. Like that. Yeah, that's not bad. That is not bad. Yeah, I really like this. All right, so this one here would be doing this kind of a thing. Yes, no, yes. Like that. I think we're doing something like this. Yeah, I like it. This is cool. All right. And then similarly over here, this would need to go forward like this. Let's put it in the floor. that will go in like that. There we go. Like this. Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. I like it. Yeah, I like the idea of that. This has been a very satisfying week of building, I have to say. I made some good progress in generations. Let's use this as our staging room right now. Made some good progress in generations here. Made some good progress in Buffooncraft. Very good progress in Buffooncraft. Made some good progress here, IRL, in the house. On some stuff that I was needing to repair here in the home. Do that. These other ones, I think I'm just going to load horizontally right onto the wall here. Because never forget, you can do that with shulkers. All right, that's going to clear out this area a little bit. Like that and like that. Like that. This has always bothered me, that the default placement is sideways, like that. That's how it should be. Dear Jeb. Then, of course, we're going to have to move that thing. And I'm not looking forward to it. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Like this. Let us bring all of that stuff over. Ugh. And then I think we had this going from the back forward. And I did something very stupid here. I know you're all shocked and surprised. Yeah, I get it. Right. Let's do that. And this should come from the back to the front, right? Yes. So we need to leave one space for the stair. Done. Cool. All right. Let's sketch that in right there. this in right here. We will now... No. Nope. Thunder, please. Thank you. Okay. Great. Let's do that. And I've just noticed we don't have any torch up there. Oh, that's bad. Done. Thank goodness. Let's get down here. We do this. Ah. So yeah, I'm thinking something like this. And then next thing I want is the, this will be easy. Famous last words. This should be easy. We'll put like a nice window feature in right here like that to try to bring some light in. And you know what? Let's actually do this. Let's not make it all the way down there. Let's leave ourselves a little bit to work with there. Like that. I think that's better. Like that. And remember, there'll be a big old light feature here, but I think we're going to need some more light features here. These corridors are a little bit darker than I wanted. Oh boy. Yeah, we'll come up with some sort of lighting scheme there. Putting some lighting dangly bits, as Nova would say. Right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. One thing of which I'm fairly certain is these walls will be the continuation of this diorite, white wool, and calcite kind of look. Now, these walls, I'm not certain. Probably. A nice light color like that would certainly lighten things up on the interior. Ooh, just had paramedics at my door. Scared me. Oh, why are there paramedics at your door? Of course, you don't have to answer that. That could be rhetorical, but... Dora, what's going on? Did they get called to a certain place and got the wrong door? Is that what? I think it was the old tenants. Oh, wow. All right, so how about we just sketch in the white walls? So we're going to need lots of calcite. There's a little bit more calcite right there. We're going to need some white wool right there and some diorite. Yes, no, yes. I think we're good there. And let me see. Sea lanterns. More of the white wool. More calcite. Okay, I think we're good. I think we need a little more diorite, though. Now, where do I have diorite? Because I don't often save diorite. I think we're going to have to take a little trip down to the depot. And see if I have any diorite kicking about. I don't think so. I should just pull it right out of the walls of this, because I do have to come up with some sort of block palette for those walls. Well, here's the calcite that we were looking for. Got plenty of that, so we should bring this up with us. There's some more diorite. And again, I always go through the chest monster. I know it's a little tedious, and I'm only somewhat apologetic for that. But it's part of the cleanup process, right? So, more diorite, white concrete, more calcite. Wow. Wow, lots more calcite. Lots more calcite. All right, I think calcite, we're all set. Now it's either there or there. I think we should go this away and check things out. They haven't changed their address. Let's see what we have in here. There's some diorite right there. There's more calcite there. Oh, we got a little bit of diorite right there. See, this is good because we're cleaning things up. So, yeah, here we go. Jackpot. I think this is good enough for now. Yeah, let's get back up there, shall we? He asked rhetorically. Oh, I love this place. Yeah, it's coming along. It's starting to look good. One of the other things I'm absolutely sure of is continuing this border around like that. That's another thing I'm going to do. So is this the chiseled? Is that what that looks like? Yeah, that's it. So that's something we can do right now. That should be easy enough to install. Should be being the key word. Keywords. I'm not sure I'm going to put it there, though. But I have a strong feeling that this should be as such. You know what I mean? It's just carrying that feature through, right? The extra bed, eventually I'm going to need stuff in here, right? And I'm thinking, let me see, the stairs come up in that direction, like bed might be there, maybe? Think it's something like that. Love it when a plan comes together. See, this is nice because when I finally settle upon something, it's nice now. I don't have to think so hard. I can just build, right? And that's Nova and myself seem to have settled upon an idea for Buffoon Skies 2, and that's a really good feeling. Because that's going to have like Buffooncraft Season 4 vibes for me, where I have the plan before I start the season. And even if I don't have it 100% worked out, and he and I don't have it worked out 100%, we kind of know what we're doing. So it's going to be cool. We can kind of hit the ground running like that. Okay, this is good. How am I doing for time here? 1:35. I have 25 minutes left of the stream. See, this is why I'm thinking of terminating this right here, because it's not going to frame that window well, I'm thinking. It might. It might, but already I have lighting concerns with these hallways here. Again, I wanted to make a big chandelier feature here, but I don't think it's going to light that unless I extend it down far enough. Yeah, okay. Cross that bridge when we come to it. Like that. And we'll put this into place right here. Okay, very obvious features right there. That's good. But sometimes, you know, the obvious thing to do is the best thing, right? So good. Keep that in my inventory in its normal slot, and we'll just use the one that we have on site. Which is not in this side. Okay. Is it in this one? No. Could it be over here? I think it's in this one. Yeah, there we go. All right, we'll go move this one over. I have the other beds somewhere. I'm sure I do, but without having to craft them. But this is the chamber from which we are working, so let's keep things over here. And again, I'm thinking these might be good here. Maybe. Or I might wind up running two of them like this, one here and one here. Because I want to maintain about 8 villagers up here, and I'm thinking 2 per apartment. One of the other things we might be able to do is, since, you know what? Since the chambers now have the privacy, it doesn't really, these don't really have to be enclosed, but I am reluctant to do without these walls. So we might wind up just opening that up a bit. And just like not having a door here. Sort of an open concept. Again, so things aren't quite so claustrophobic in here, right? Oh, what does this do? Yeah, you know, I think that helps out quite a bit. Yeah, I like it. This is still very, very dark, though. We're going to have to do something there. Let me see. Calcite is the main block. So let's get that in the offhand. And let's place most of it. Let's do a little bit of the white wool. Right here. And maybe right here. And then we can do diorite here, here, and here. Good. And then similarly, a little diorite there and there. Put some here. I think that should be good enough. We'll put some wool right there and here, and I'm thinking the rest should be calcite. Oh, that's right. I had those signs up there, didn't I? Gassed parking only. Okay. So, let me see. That's west. So, this is northeast. I think I'm going to have to pull him out of here, but it's not that big of a deal. It is not that big of a deal, people. Because we can just do that, all right? And then we can put this here, and we can say gassed parking, not guest parking. Done, and let me see. This one is northwest, so this one's northeast. And then I'll need to decorate those. This one's going to break, so let's just replace this one right now. Oh, thunder, please, please. West like that. Hey, I need that sign. Somebody show me a sign. Cool. Let's come on around here. Southwest, this should be southeast. Let's get those blocks. There's Boacars. Hey, Bo, how you doing? You all should see the shout out for Boacars. I did see you streaming earlier today while I was out on the road. How was your stream earlier? If you're into modded Minecraft, there's your man up there. Doing good. Started a new hardcore world. Went well, still alive. Still alive. Nicely done. Glad to hear it. All right, so this will be gas parking southwest, but we're going to need to. Yeah, all right, let's just do this. Let's park. Deet, deet. There we go. And let me see. This should be southwest. This is how bad the ADHD gets sometimes. Yeah. Done. Let's see. Spawn is amazing. Meadow surrounded by good mountains. Cool. 5 villages. Nice. And at least 6 ancient cities in the area. Jackpot, man. Jackpot. Cool. I went and renamed this before we built out the wall. That was not a smart thing to do. It's not that big of a deal, but still. Let's do this. Let me see. Am I all set there? Yeah, I did the same thing there. I renamed it before I updated the wall. Good. We'll do that. Next, I think I'll put 2 pieces of wool right here, like this, and then the rest should be the calcite. No hands, not there, but right there. Good. See, now we can go put the sign up. Yeah, you know, I'm going to have to watch the VOD for the rest of that stream, Bo, because I want to see that. Now, how to remember Vanilla Redstone. This should be northwest, right? And so I'm going to carry the. Let's carry the. We're going to make this whole wall out of the white blocks, so I think we should be fine. The white palette. That's what I'm saying. The white palette. And where? Yeah, here we go. How am I doing for time here? 1:48. Good. I have 12 minutes. I tell you, I am quite satisfied with the progress. It's a very good feeling. It's been a very productive Minecraft week. Let me see. I'm going to put that there. Put this and this. I'm going to put that, and then the rest should be the calcite. Because the calcite is the base color, really, and it's the white wool is the highlight, and then the diorite is the shadow. So That can come out. Oh, no, not that much. Come on, overpowered pickaxe. Just calm down, please. Good. And signage. Oh my God, my brain. Please, please. South, west. Please, brain. Let's work together on this stream, shall we? I mean, good. All right, so that's cool. All right, each one of these should be all set now. Good, good. All right, we can now. I'm going to sketch out this next here. Let's take a look. I got all my client-side mods on there, but the only game-changing ones I'm using are Cycle Trade and Tree Harvester, because well, I am a lazy and well villagers. Okay, understood. Let's see. Let's move this stuff over like this. Tell you, I'm very reluctant to use the diorite here. I'm going to put one there. I'm thinking of maybe putting two here. And I think that's all I'm going to do. As far as the white wool, I'm going to put one there. I'm definitely putting one here. And then I might put a few up the side, like right there and maybe one here. And I think I'm just going to use the base calcite for the rest of it. Right here and here. Like that. And I lied. I'm going to use diorite right there, there, and there. I didn't lie. I just changed my mind. Okay, that helps lighten things up a little bit, but we do need a light source in there, like I said. So, let's do this. We'll do a similar thing here, but I am going to need some food. Time to feed the beast. I can't leave this here. It's driving me nuts. There. Okay. Got it. Here, I think for the diorite, I'm just going to put two right in there. That should do it. Like that. And then I might put one right, if I can reach. There we go, right there. And then for the wool, similar, I'll do this. I'll do this and this. Yeah, like that. And then I think I'll just do one of these on the side, like that, maybe. And the rest will be the calcite. There, like that. I like it. Like that, cool. We have the outside faces of these walls now that have to be plastered. But you know what? I kind of like the way the outline looks there. That looks kind of cool. The way those features are put in like that. And then I'm wondering, you know, should I make a different kind of... Well, let's try it with just all of the diorite first. And one other easy thing we can do is the glass is definite. So whenever I have something that I definitely know I'm going to do, I do that because it feels like progress to me. So where do I have this stained glass? Right in here. Yeah, I can't quite reach up there. Nice. We have those like that. Good. Now, one of the other things we could think of too is instead of putting the light source for these halls inside the halls, we could put them outside the halls here so they shine through the window and lighten things up a little bit. We could do that too. One of the other things, and now this is going to be jank, and some of you are going to cringe about this. I have no doubt, but it's just temporary. We're just messing around with lighting. So I'm going to put... I'm just going to place some sea lanterns up there. If I can... Yeah, here we go. I'm going to place some sea lanterns up here roughly where my chandelier is going to be. And I want to extend this down to right about there. I'm thinking that's a good... See how much just that light... it's dirt and sea lanterns, I get it. But it's just lighting, right? But see how much that brightens up the place already? And we've already lightened that up a little. I think when we bring it down, it's going to solve that problem. Let's... get some more sea lanterns. I know I have them around here somewhere. Right there. Yeah, okay, I've got lots of these actually. Courtesy of the Guardian Farm. All right, and again, I think you can see how far I'm extending this down. I don't want this to be any lower than these because I don't want to block the view from there. But I'm liking this, and already I can see that it is lit up the hallways. It is lightened up? Lit up the hallways a little bit. A little bit. Like that's as far down as I'm going to extend the chandelier. Because, like I said, if we're up here... See, I don't want the chandelier to block the view. Maybe I could come down one more block, but I think this is good enough. It does lighten that up a little bit, but not as much as I would like. Okay. So, that being said, I think we need a light source in here somewhere. And I'm wondering, should I put the light source outside, right above there? Because we don't have any light sources here yet. And is that light source going to be enough shining through this window? Like, this light source can get us about to here. Yeah, I'm thinking probably not. Because I don't mind this being shaded like this so much. Not really. Like if I count this over, 1. If I go E, Sun, Su, U. Oh, I've already lost count. Yeah, these are hard to count. Su, U, Liu, Qi, Ba, Jiu, Shi. Shi, you good. It's an odd number. That's good. That means if I go over 5, E, Sun, Si, U, like this, the 6th one should be here. I can bring this down to this level. Like that. I don't know if that's going to make it through that window or not. Now, again, this isn't my light, people, so just relax. You know, it's just temporary. That's pretty good. That is actually pretty good. We get this shining this way. We get that one coming through the window shining the other way. I think that does the trick. I mean, you could see the difference here between this and this, right? I still might put something in here. I'm not certain. But I am certain that this should go here. We should put another source, light source right in here. E, Sun, Si, U, and then Liu right here. And then that one being right there. That'll help us out with lighting. How am I doing for time? I'm at time to end the stream anyway. I like it. I really, really like it. Where is he? I think this is going to make a good thumbnail. No, you just stay just like that. Oh, don't do the spinnies yet. Don't. Oh, wait. If I do this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that might make a pretty good thumbnail. Maybe. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, with that, let us log on off. Let's switch over to the camp scene. Let's see if there's anyone to whom we can raid out. All right, let's set this up. I am going to raid out to somebody to whom I haven't raided out in quite some time. And I'm just lucky to catch him on stream right now. And that's Siege 661. So there is the raid message up there in the chat. You can copy and paste that into the chat if you'd like to join us along on this raid. And I always encourage the viewers to join us on the raids, even if you can't stay for the entire stream. If you could just drop in and say hi, and if you feel so inclined, I'll follow some bits, some subs. That would be really cool. Let's set the raid itself. Get that right. I did. Huh? Oh, that's why. Please just do the thing. There it is. Okay, so we have our raid counting down for Siege. Just family-friendly viewers, just be reminded that his stream is intended for mature audiences. You know, there's some language and stuff in there, but Siege is a pretty cool dude. He is, and he streams Minecraft, so he's really cool. Catch you later, Thunder. Next time. Thank you, Dora. Thank you, everybody, for dropping by. It's always cool to have you guys in. We made some good progress today. I really enjoyed that. And the raid from Lux, too. That was really cool. Just remember that we do this Generation stream every Wednesday from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our next stream will be on Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That will be Buffooncraft SMP Season 6. And let me see, the stream after that should be Sunday 4 to 6. That should be Kachi time. We'll have to see what Kachi wants to do. We did Half-Life Opposing Force last Sunday. It was pretty cool. So we'll see what Kachi has in mind. Buffoons indeed. Everyone enjoy the rest of your afternoon, your evening, your morning, wherever you have to be. Join us again next time. We are raiding out to Siege right now. Bye for now, everyone.